and through the 140,000 leaflets that have already been delivered into the airspace and into the locations within Libya, are passing that same message. Come away from such military equipment and go back to your bases and your homes.
On your question about defections, we've all seen information from open sources, as you probably have. As you know, we don't have any boots on the ground to confirm any such reports, but if they are true, they would prove once again that the Gaddafi regime is isolated and that people around Colonel Gaddafi realize that there is no future in the regime and that it is now time to let the people of Libya decide on their future. Wall Street Journal.
Stephen Fiddler from the Wall Street Journal. From your earlier answers about the targets, should we conclude that attacking infrastructure targets would not at the moment fulfill the legal requirements that NATO has for determining what targets should be? If that's the case, what would need to happen to change those legal requirements? Would there need to be another UN resolution to do that, or could that be done by internal decisions within NATO?
Stephen, it's quite clear the United Nations resolution that we're working to. We're working on an embargo, we're working on a no-fly zone, and we're working on protecting the civilian population. That is the criteria at the operational level to which the commander is working to. Anything outside of that, and if there was to be any change in direction, would come from the NATO headquarters. But at the moment, operationally, it is quite clear exactly what our mission is, and the commander will continue to continue with that mission until told otherwise from higher command. Juana, do you want to add anything to that?
Intervening there, cutting you off. What I wanted to say is that obviously we're not going to go into a discussion on semantics here, but as you have seen from our operational updates, we have been consistently striking military targets, including command and control centers and bunkers and ammunition sites. We will continue to keep up the pressure until the military goals have been met, and we will continue to review our operations in light of the situation on the ground. Until now, there has been no discussion in the North Atlantic Council about the rules of engagement. The rules of engagement have been agreed by consensus by all 28 allies. Ian.
Juana, it's not really a semantic discussion. David Richards says military targets is not enough. You need to go for infrastructure. Basically what we're asking, you're saying that you're only hitting military targets. Basically what we're asking is infrastructure a military target, or is it beyond the scope of the current mission as defined by the rules of engagement? It's not a semantic argument.
Well, we're not going to go into operational details. Laurent, AFP.
Still in that same line of questions. Earlier, when Commander, you said that you define a command and control center where the planning and execution of an operation is put together and then passed on to forces in the field. So could that mean that Libyan regime generals or colonels are putting together plans inside a school building or an interior ministry building? Would that be considered then a command and control center and then a legitimate target?
If we thank you for that, it's a good question. If we were to identify a command and control target, we would rationalize that within our rules of engagement. And if it was considered that we could deliver precision weapons with minimal or no casualties, and it was a clear command and control target, that target would be taken. If there was any doubt, then that target would not be taken at that time, and when the appropriate time came, we would take the target.
And obviously, as we said before,